fight crime. And I think this particular platform that is given, it's more proactive than reactive, because we must appreciate the fact we are seeing something in our community and we must take in front. If we are seeing a gang being established, we're seeing certain type of lifestyles erupting that is counter what we must take in from. Get your children involved in a youth club, get your children involved in constructive activities, get them off the block. Let them occupy the time constructively. 2026 is no time to be debating who right and who wrong, pointing fingers. You need to know where your children at when the day come. Even after school, 2:30, my child is involved in a homework club. My child is at a center. I have nothing to worry about, and establish good relationship with your neighbor. We must be our neighbor's keeper if we are to continue to fight a good fight. I want to personally commend my colleagues who make sure that the 7 men, well, I understand 2 is still on the run, home invasion. I don't know what they're calling for them boots. What is wrong when a man wear toll boots? He's in a vineyard. He's doing thing with the goat. He's planting. The boot represent that now. No, you gotta be careful when you see people toll boots. These fellas and them are so. Listen, we will talk further about that because I have a gentleman now, mates, and I want to make sure I have a full hour with him. I have known this gentleman for many years. In 1989, before the coup, I had the distinct honor of meeting him. He invited me to come and talk to his school. It was right there in Laventil. And I tell you, the man provided me with refreshments. Sometimes we go and do lectures and no refreshments, not even a bottle of water. Not even a bottle of water, officer. Excellent lecture, and I said, but my brother here, listen, he do good work in not only providing young people with basic academics, but also with vocational trade. And to go further than that, he provide them with an apprenticeship program, so he don't abandon them after they would have finished at his workplace. There was always a room. I'm hearing some of my colleagues talking earlier today about so many different projects. I want to tell my brothers these projects were in existence, and somebody came and staffed them, and they are now shelved and given the impression that these programs, and the gentleman in my midst this afternoon has pioneered one of the most outstanding vocational schools on the East-West corridor. I prefer to say Laventil. He is a brother. His name go further than sliced bread and bacon. And I want to warn him, there is no politics here. I know you're talking about politics, but we eat, drink, and sleep police. We talk about youth. That is, Brother Lennox, I had you down long time to come and chat with me for an hour. I just want to say it is absolutely an honor, a blessing having you. You're a man who I've known for decades. Yeah, and to know that you're still in the vineyard, I would want to recommend to the powers that you're supposed to be on a committee looking into for schools, and because that's your forte.
Oh yes.
Besides being a criminologist and doing external studies, you're on Nelson Street, you're on George Street, and you're down the ground. God bless you for that labor of love. Trinidad could never repay you, but you're a true patriot. You're a true red, black, and white lover of the country, not so?
Yes, definitely. Of course, let me say thank you very much for having me. Let me say to your audience as well, and of course your colleague in studio.
Yes, the place is shining, is bright. I almost past the studio straight to
Yeah.
I said, but they don't look like Alex.
A breath of fresh, several fresh air.
Amen.
Yes, indeed. But having been here, I want to say I really appreciate your introduction because I think, and I've been contemplating that as well, that too many unsung heroes go away unsung,
yes,
and they flicker away in the twilight and then into oblivion.
Yes,
and of course, and their work in many instances die with them.
Yes.
That is the nature of the efforts that most people make in communities such as those that I have been focusing on: Laventil, East Port of Spain, Beetham, Sealats, Chumaca, Mova, and you name it. And I want to tell you, it has been a wonderful journey even though, of course, there has been steep dips and some very good highs. But I would prefer more highs than dips.
Thank you.
But that is how it is, because I have been saying that if these things did not exist,
yes,
the situation would have been worse. And could you imagine the situation being worse?
That's right.
Than this? So
That's right.
I've always thanked God for, of course, giving me the stamina, the stick-to-itiveness, the foresight to, and of course the longevity to continue, irregardless of the challenges.
Well, I wouldn't ask how much pre-action protocol letters you get. We will do that for next session. That would warrant because I know I followed you with in media. I followed you, and I know sometimes letters will pass you because you are
you
man.
You don't say don't talk politics, eh?
No. I just talk about a letter. That's all, quote unquote. I wouldn't go.
Well,
I wouldn't
it
go
may
further.
well be as a result of a political overture. Let me put it that way. So I don't want to pollute the program.
No. We have a disclaimer.
With respect to politics.
Lennox, we have a disclaimer here, so you could go straight ahead. I've already cleared with management and my TK.
I hear you, my friend. I hear you.
No, but I'm a Nelson Street man. I grew up on Nelson. I thank God for Nelson Street and some of the beautiful people I've met who have taken care of me. My mother was a mother of 8. And Lennox, I'm telling you, and there was a lady who I had no knowledge of, went to my mom and said, listen, I see you have 8 children. I would like to take care of one. Mm-hmm. And quietly, I attended Rotary Boys, of course.
Right.
I was getting my uniform, I was getting my schooling, I was getting books. Unknown that this lady had a discussion with my mom and had adopted me somewhat, not on paper, of course, and took care of me. And when I passed for my secondary school, she said, I'm going to take you to the lady who have been taking care of you since in primary school.
Wow.
And Brother Lennox, it was amazing to know that somebody quietly, no fanfare, no news, no TTT, no Dateline, quietly saying, I would want to assist. And those are some of the memories I have on Nelson Street. But you are Nelson Street man, and you are in the business of dealing with at-risk youth. The first thing I want to ask you, this thing they call at-risk, I take total umbrage to that. Because if you call young people at-risk, then you have already placed them in a category. But if you see young people at promise, with potential, talented, and that's what you're doing. Because if you felt all was lost, you wouldn't be on Nelson Street still.
Of course not. Of course.
Tell us a little bit about more or less the school. When you started, what was the vision behind the school?
Well, before you go there, I want to say too that Clinton Bernard, who eventually became a Chief Justice, came from Duncan Street,
that's right,
which is close proximity to Nelson Street.
That's right.
So I'm reinforcing the point that good things come out of Nazareth as well, just as Jesus Christ. Right?
Amen.
All
amen,
right. So,
amen.
so that being said, you will understand my mindset. Therefore, so I have consummate and total and absolute confidence in that area.
Yes.
And while, of course, the appellations and the type of description or characterization they will give to those communities, whether you say at risk, whether you say depressed, whether you say
toxic.
Poor, toxic, you name it. But that for me is more of a description for either those who either want, because there are two types, want to help or don't want to help.
Thank you.
And
thank you.
And if don't want to help is in the majority, you will understand they would, of course, cast away and jettison that grouping, that geographic space that these social and should I say social elements occupy, and say that they're no good, we're doing there, etc. In fact, yesterday a woman called me to get some assistance. I'm not going to say the nature of assistance, but to get assistance. So when I said, well, my office is on George Street, it just come, hey, is it safe?
That was coming.
Is it safe?
That was coming. Yes.
And on the other hand, the elements, I don't want to call any specific name, but the elements that one would consider to be giving trouble, young men and women and so on, they also come and say, Mr. Smith, thank God for you. We never saw so many people walking up George Street. Since I born, I'm talking about
the place
young men, 15, 16,
Yes.
17, and so on.
Yes,
And they're there, and so they can observe and they see changes. And whilst there are others who have a trepidation, who have a fear, and so on, those who are there are seeing some kind of opportunity for transformation and behavioral changes.
Wonderful.
It ain't going to happen overnight, obviously.
That's right.
But slowly and one by one.
Yeah.
Having said that, let me just answer your question directly as to the contemplation. That came way back in 1984, thereabout.
Wow.
Yeah, when and to some extent, and it would have been in its fizzling out stage, the youth camp system, because many of our young people then look forward to going to the youth camp.
That's right.
And when they would have returned from the youth camp, they expected that to go into a job one time. So we are there on the block, up and down the place. I'm all over the place, like salt, or better word, ubiquitous. But the fact is that talking to these young people and finding out, because remember my background would have been teaching as well. So I deliberately positioned myself to teach where I think it matters. So I taught at Piccadilly Government in particular.
Okay,
So you don't want anything more, let's say, as a challenge one, and as a yardstick, and at the same time as a crucible for treating with matters of this nature. That's why I am so forceful that when I hear people talk, they have the little opportunities, and they may give a little, let's say, training program here and training program there, and I just laugh because you don't know the depth and the expansiveness of the problem.
Thank you.
You cannot train 5 persons. I hear Heinz some time ago, 5 persons from the technology center.
Yes.
Incidentally, it's a concept that I had. Was my concept. Of course, he claimed it, but that's all right. Once the youths and them benefit, really in business. But the thing about it is 5, no. That is a drop in the ocean of problems. As I said earlier, that imagine if you didn't have people who saw the problem. Archbishop Barbara Gray Burke, you have, of course, people like Penny, you have people like Raymond, who died, unfortunately, and so on, who with no resource, and they themselves wanting help. And I include myself in that category, and yet still find it in their hearts, or in our hearts, and in our minds, and in our vision to see a place different to what is there now and what was there then. And you simply get down to work, and then you made an impact. In fact, since the program has started in 1984, in earnest, we trained over 6,000 young people by 2000, let's say about by 2000. And that wasn't an easy task. And wherever you go, I'm sure you will see a student from those days saying, well, listen, I am working here, whether in the police service, whether in the army, whether on the port, all over the place. Yes. They are making it. In fact, one I'm very proud of, and we had to do some real pulling of teeth, so to speak, to get him out. One graduated, and he had an opportunity to go into the UK Air Force. And boy,
excellent.
We went to the ministry, and I sat down there. I said he has to go, and so on. The people ready, and so on. And of course, eventually he made it. So I'm particularly proud of him. Why I'm saying all of this? I'm saying all this because if those things did not exist, that's the other side of the coin. If those things did not exist, then you would have had more young people frustrated on the block. Engaging in all kinds of activities, etc. So quite apart from the existence of the program, these different initiatives that would have eventually resulted in making the situation worse.
That's right.
You also have those who would have gravitated and they would have graduated.
Yes.
You see them all over the place, and you say, fine. In fact, right on you, for the call me there, you say, assessment. So I see you have a nice SUV and so on. I drive in my little old car thing. So I come up to him and I shake his hand. He says, so where you shaking hand for? I say, no boy, you driving a better car than me. I shake his hand. But he was kind enough to say, well, suspicious you caused that.
Thank you.
So, so you have these little anecdotes that would make you feel appreciative. And that is what it's all about. In fact, I've said recently, before the last elections, the national elections, and I'm saying it here now again, and I think I've said it on the Ground Report as well, that I am prepared to work for free. Let me repeat, I'm prepared to work for free.
That's right.
There is no idle talk.
Yes. But you have been doing that. That's your track record.
Yeah. And therefore, you see, because there are some people who believe that you're looking for money or looking for a job, as the case may be. No. Yeah. I am looking for an opportunity to express and to input my experience, vast as it is,
yes.
And I've seen none in Trinidad and Tobago, bar none, that has been able to do what we have been able to do between 1984 and let's say 2000.
Yeah, but Mr. Lennox, that is unnecessary noise because your track record speaks for itself. Unnecessary noise. I think there are some things that you could respond to, and there are some things you're just wasting time responding to because people have an agenda.
Yeah.
And if they genuinely know who I'm speaking to and who I'm speaking of,
yes,
they say that gentleman provides human service. So we need to cut through the noise and not take these people on. In fact, they do more good than bad.
Yeah.
Right? Because they try to make a case and paint in a particular picture. However, there are people say not a gentleman. Yeah. Because people who have known you would say that differently. And I always tell people, it's good when people can speak on your behalf.
Yeah.
Sometimes you go championing but when somebody said, that gentleman, you're wrong. Yeah. And you have done, I can tell you, I've known you for years and you have done excellent work. Tell me something about, it's something that I hold strongly to as a policy club leader, that while it's good to prepare young people for the world of work, it is almost more or equally important that you train them to become good citizens. And let me say why. Social grace, manners, basic fundamental characteristics. Sometimes you don't even have a pass, and I know that your organization do that a lot. You don't even have a pass. But the fact that you enter, good morning, sir, good morning, miss, I really things are a little tough. I didn't do too well in school. I want to be given an opportunity to work. Isn't that some of the more important qualities you look for? I have no problem with children being academically inclined and doing absolutely wonderful, but isn't we miss the bus when we don't teach children about social grace and fundamental manners?
This is your program, right? Well, I want to tell you, go to the top of the class.
Oh,
I want to tell you, go to the top of the class.
Right, thank you.
Because that is so fundamental. In teaching, of course, it is called the affective qualities. You don't rest your hand where it can't reach. You don't protect. You say good morning. You say good evening. Those basics. Yes. And we have had. I have had the experience of. Numerous situations where transformation would have taken place because that is what the program was all about. 3 months of transformational exposure. Leaning on and focusing on the very things that you have spoken about, attitudinal change, because at the end of the day, that is what happens. And I'll give you one example quickly because I know that hour will come in quick time.
In fact, we're going to break next 5 minutes for something for follow to and play away.
All right, good. So I want to say quickly.
And pick two.
So I want to say, I want to say quickly. There's a young man who graduated, who came from our program. So he said, so we sent him to Neil and Massey to well and so on.
Okay.
And next thing we miss him. He said, Mr. Smith, them money lend me clean the garage and wash tools and so on. And I was a big welder and so on and so on and so on. Next thing we know, he on a boat from Tobago, and of course they hold him for weed.
Wow!
Right? But the important thing here is that we use that as the object lesson to tell you. The fact is that they're letting you. They're asking you to clean, they're asking you to wash and so on. You should be grateful and do it with a high degree of enthusiasm.
That's
because
right.
Let me tell you something.
That's right.
The fella who does that and it's time to get rid of people, he will be leaving last. That's kind of lessons
well
that
said, well
that he
said.
can, yeah, last.
Well said.
Because he is obedient, he is respectful, he is absorbing, he relates to instructions, and therefore that arrogance and contempt, and I'm a professional, they don't even know the word itself, fallacious, to pronounce it, fallacious to express it. But we have, so it is. So that's why I commended you earlier to say go to the top of the class, because I mean that is so fundamental, and every single student that was eventually successful will recall those aspects, the what is called in education, I say the affective qualities.
Let me for the 3 minutes we have before we go to
we have.
You are playing with an Ottoman?
No.
I just only popular.
Partake and intrigued by how people come up with these numbers.
This is amazing, eh?
Yeah.
The made thing and study.
Up to now, I can't follow it.
If I lose $1 now, I'm very upset with myself. So I don't. Looking all over for the dollar. So I don't appreciate losing $1 at all.
For 1 mark, you have people having 4 and 5 different divisions.
Oh, and they justify the loss sometimes, you know.
And if the loss, you justify it too. Yeah. Some people say, I go mine it.
Lennox is okay. Let me quickly. You are a criminologist.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the incident that took place 2 weeks ago with the municipal police, and by extension in one of your areas, Mova, where a child was gone? What is happening in terms of the mind and the thought process and the thinking of, because I know that criminology speaks about the mind and all that.
Yeah. Well, clearly there are several dysfunctionalities, if you want to call it, because the outcome speaks to the inputs, right? And of course, if supervision is lacking, if proper management and taking meticulous notes, having regard to the nature of the equipment involved. We're talking about guns and bullets.
Serious
and so on.
business.
Yeah, you cannot. Well, I'm commending them for now saying they will mark every bullet and etc. so that you keep a record. But that ought to have been in place before.
That's right.
Or if not, those are small establishments. I mean, why 2-3 persons could manage that? How come it has reached a scale where external elements are able to penetrate and, of course, go away with all of this?
Isn't that a case of mistrust too? That sometimes you trust your colleague and your colleague have an agenda.
Right.
Isn't that something that we really need to be careful with?
But if there is a system, the system will save everybody.
Right.
Because if I have to hand over, as a partner where I'll hand over, I will not say, I'll go down the road, boy. Look, do it for me now.
Yes.
And that person is allowed to what? Because both of you are supposed to be, so that you have counterbalancing in terms of in terms of monitoring, in terms of making certain that you do what you have to do, I do what I have to do.
Yes.
By way of a formality.
Yes.
It should be normal to do that. When that breaks down, then of course all what you're talking about there will certainly come into play, which in fact has done.
Quickly, the human element. Use my badge, we working for years. I trust you, trust me. But you, again, have an agenda. You're looking for loopholes. You're looking to misuse my friendship. You're looking to misuse my relationship with an agenda.
Yeah.
You have criminal intent.
Right.
I don't know that. But just my batch. We train together. We eat, we drink. Isn't that sometimes the human element?
Of course, will lead to that.
Yes,
to cut through the chase. But the thing about it, if the protocols are observed, if the
Strong
checks
protocols
and balances are maintained in spite of the relationship, then we are well on our way to making certain that where culpability lies, there is no way somebody inadvertently or by way of some kind of warped friendship, if you want to call it that, I am made to feel or be culpable by way of the evidence that would come out. You have to find a way
People, Superintendent Lennox, we're going to break for this.
That's right.
We'll break.
Play away and
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
play away and pick 2 draws.
Welcome to this afternoon's Playway Pick 2 and Pick 4 draw, supervised by independent auditors KPMG and presided over by the National Lotteries Control Board. Good luck,
Talk
everyone.
City 91.1. Thought-provoking conversations, bold perspectives, voices you trust. Talk City 91.1 is launching bigger, bolder, and more powerful than ever before.
Yes, Talk City 91.1 FM.
A brand new era of talk radio is here. With voices you know, trust, and respect. Get ready for an all-new lineup of the very best in talk. Andy Williams, Lennox Smith, Stephen Reese, Mr. X, Derrick Sharbodie, Roland Stewart, Sharon Farfan, Sudath Prasad, Heavy Duty, Alex Asing, Karen Francisco, Cherry Lean Lewis, Short Pants, and more of the voices shaping the national conversation. From hard-hitting current affairs to real community issues, culture, politics, social development, and the stories that matter most to you. This is where Trinidad and Tobago comes to talk.
So I got right here on Talk City 91.1, where we're going to give you something new, something hot every day, Monday to Friday.
Listen on 91.1 FM and connect on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. New shows, new features, big giveaways. Talk City 91.1. Your city, your voice.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago and the world. I'm Vermala Balkaran. Welcome to Trinidad and Tobago today. Let's take a look at what's trending this morning.
Every morning in Trinidad and Tobago, a new conversation begins. And right here, we take that conversation further, speaking with the stakeholders and voices behind the stories. From news and lifestyle to culture, health, and entertainment, we bring you the topics that matter most as you start your day. Join us weekdays, Monday to Friday at 6 a.m. Watch on TTT or join the conversation from anywhere on your smart device at TNT Today Show, Trinidad and Tobago Today. Exclusively on TTT.
Talk City 91.1. Thought-provoking conversations, bold perspectives, voices you trust. Talk City 91.1 is launching bigger, bolder, and more powerful than ever before.
Yes, Talk City 91.1 FM.
A brand new era of talk radio is here. With voices you know, trust, and respect. Get ready for an all-new lineup of the very best in talk. Andy Williams, Lennox Smith, Stephen Reese, Mr. X, Derrick Sharbodie, Roland Stewart, Sharon Farfan, Sudath Prasad, Heavy Duty, Alex Asing, Karen Francisco, Cherry Lean Lewis, Short Pants, and more of the voices shaping the national conversation. From hard-hitting current affairs to real community issues, culture, politics, social development, and the stories that matter most to you. This is where Trinidad and Tobago comes to talk.
So I got right here on Talk City 91.1, where we're going to give you something new, something hot every day, Monday to Friday.
Listen on 91.1 FM and connect on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. New shows, new features, big giveaways. Talk City 91.1. Your city, your voice.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago and the world. I'm Vermala Balkaran. Welcome to Trinidad and Tobago today. Let's take a look at what's trending this morning.
Every morning in Trinidad and Tobago, a new conversation begins. And right here, we take that conversation further, speaking with the stakeholders and voices behind the stories. From news and lifestyle to culture, health, and entertainment, we bring you the topics that matter most as you start your day. Join us weekdays, Monday to Friday at 6 a.m. Watch on TTT or join the conversation from anywhere on your smart device at TNT Today Show, Trinidad and Tobago Today. Exclusively on TTT.
Talk City 91.1. Thought-provoking conversations, bold perspectives, voices you trust. Talk City 91.1 is launching bigger, bolder, and more powerful than ever before.
Yes, Talk City 91.1 FM.
A brand new era of talk radio is here. With voices you know, trust, and respect. Get ready for an all-new lineup of the very best in talk. Andy Williams, Lennox Smith, Stephen Reese, Mr. X, Derrick Sharbodie, Roland Stewart, Sharon Farfan, Sudath Prasad, Heavy Duty, Alex Asing, Karen Francisco, Cherry Lean Lewis, Short Pants, and more of the voices shaping the national conversation. From hard-hitting current affairs to real community issues, culture, politics, social development, and the stories that matter most to you. This is where Trinidad and Tobago comes to talk.
So I got right here on Talk City 91.1, where we're going to give you something new, something hot every day, Monday to Friday.
Listen on 91.1 FM and connect on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. New shows, new features, big giveaways. Talk City 91.1. Your city, your voice.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago and the world. I'm Vermala Balkaran. Welcome to Trinidad and Tobago today. Let's take a look at what's trending this morning.
Every morning in Trinidad and Tobago, a new conversation begins. And right here, we take that conversation further, speaking with the stakeholders and voices behind the stories. From news and lifestyle to culture, health, and entertainment, we bring you the topics that matter most as you start your day. Join us weekdays, Monday to Friday at 6 a.m. Watch on TTT or join the conversation from anywhere on your smart device at TNT Today Show, Trinidad and Tobago Today, exclusively on TTT.
Talk City 91.1. Thought-provoking conversations, bold perspectives, voices you trust. Talk City 91.1 is launching bigger, bolder, and more powerful than ever before.
Yes, Talk City 91.1 FM.
A brand new era of talk radio is here. With voices you know, trust, and respect. Get ready for an all-new lineup of the very best in talk. Andy Williams, Lennox Smith, Stephen Reese, Mr. X, Derrick Sharbodie, Roland Stewart, Sharon Farfan, Sudath Prasad, Heavy Duty, Alex Asing, Karen Francisco, Cherry Lean Lewis, Short Pants, and more of the voices shaping the national conversation. From hard-hitting current affairs to real community issues, culture, politics, social development, and the stories that matter most to you. This is where Trinidad and Tobago comes to talk.
So I got right here on Talk City 91.1, where we're going to give you something new, something hot every day, Monday to Friday.
Listen on 91.1 FM and connect on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. New shows, new features, big giveaways. Talk City 91.1. Your city, your voice.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago and the world. I'm Vermala Balkaran. Welcome to Trinidad and Tobago today. Let's take a look at what's trending this morning.
Every morning in Trinidad and Tobago, a new conversation begins. And right here, we take that conversation further, speaking with the stakeholders and voices behind the stories. From news and lifestyle to culture, health, and entertainment, we bring you the topics that matter most as you start your day. Join us weekdays, Monday to Friday at 6 a.m. Watch on TTT or join the conversation from anywhere on your smart device at TNT Today Show, Trinidad and Tobago Today, exclusively on TTT.
Talk City 91.1. Thought-provoking conversations, bold perspectives, voices you trust. Talk City 91.1 is launching bigger, bolder, and more powerful than ever before.
Yes, Talk City 91.1 FM.
A brand new era of talk radio is here. With voices you know, trust, and respect. Get ready for an all-new lineup of the very best in talk. Andy Williams, Lennox Smith, Stephen Reese, Mr. X, Derrick Sharbodie, Roland Stewart, Sharon Farfan, Sudath Prasad, Heavy Duty, Alex Asing, Karen Francisco, Cherry Lean Lewis, Short Pants, and more of the voices shaping the national conversation. From hard-hitting current affairs to real community issues, culture, politics, social development, and the stories that matter most to you. This is where Trinidad and Tobago comes to talk.
It's all good right here on Talk City 91.1, where we're going to give you something new, something hot every day, Monday to Friday.
Listen on 91.1 FM and connect on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. New shows, new features, big giveaways. Talk City 91.1. Your city, your voice.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago and the world. I'm Vermala Balkaran. Welcome to Trinidad and Tobago today. Let's take a look at what's trending this morning.
Every morning in Trinidad and Tobago, a new conversation begins. And right here, we take that conversation further, speaking with the stakeholders and voices behind the stories. From news and lifestyle to culture, health, and entertainment, we bring you the topics that matter most as you start your day. Join us weekdays, Monday to Friday at 6 a.m. Watch on TTT or join the conversation from anywhere on your smart device at TNT Today Show, Trinidad and Tobago Today, exclusively on TTT.
Talk City 91.1. Thought-provoking conversations, bold perspectives, voices you trust. Talk City 91.1 is launching bigger, bolder, and more powerful than ever before.
Yes, Talk City 91.1 FM.
A brand new era of talk radio is here. With voices you know, trust, and respect. Get ready for an all-new lineup of the very best in talk. Andy Williams, Lennox Smith, Stephen Reese, Mr. X, Derrick Sharbodie, Roland Stewart, Sharon Farfan, Sudath Prasad, Heavy Duty, Alex Asing, Karen Francisco, Cherry Lean Lewis, Short Pants, and more of the voices shaping the national conversation. From hard-hitting current affairs to real community issues, culture, politics, social development, and the stories that matter most to you. This is where Trinidad and Tobago comes to talk.
It's all good right here on Talk City 91.1, where we're going to give you something new, something hot every day, Monday to Friday.
Listen on 91.1 FM and connect on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. New shows, new features, big giveaways. Talk City 91.1. Your city, your voice.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago and the world. I'm Vermala Balkaran. Welcome to Trinidad and Tobago today. Let's take a look at what's trending this morning.
Every morning in Trinidad and Tobago, a new conversation begins. And right here, we take that conversation further, speaking with the stakeholders and voices behind the stories. From news and lifestyle to culture, health, and entertainment, we bring you the topics that matter most as you start your day. Join us weekdays, Monday to Friday at 6 a.m. Watch on TTT or join the conversation from anywhere on your smart device at TNT Today Show, Trinidad and Tobago Today, exclusively on TTT.
Talk City 91.1. Thought-provoking conversations, bold perspectives, voices you trust. Talk City 91.1 is launching bigger, bolder, and more powerful than ever before.
Yes, Talk City 91.1 FM.
A brand new era of talk radio is here. With voices you know, trust, and respect. Get ready for an all-new lineup of the very best in talk. Andy Williams, Lennox Smith, Stephen Reese, Mr. X, Derrick Sharbodie, Roland Stewart, Sharon Farfan, Sudath Prasad, Heavy Duty, Alex Asing, Karen Francisco, Cherry Lean Lewis, Short Pants, and more of the voices shaping the national conversation. From hard-hitting current affairs to real community issues, culture, politics, social development, and the stories that matter most to you. This is where Trinidad and Tobago comes to talk.
So I got right here on Talk City 91.1, where we're going to give you something new, something hot every day, Monday to Friday.
Listen on 91.1 FM and connect on Facebook.
Smith, tell me something about your transition from the area of education to media. You have done very well. I know that you are. I want to ask you, how do you sit and absorb Pitbull? But that will come in 5 minutes, so we don't have much time to talk about that. That'll come lower down. But tell me about your transition. Who introduced you? What was the thinking? Is it somebody heard you before and say, hey, you have a lot to offer because you're well informed, you're educated? But tell us about that transition.
Frankly, it was by happenstance. It's just coincidental.
Okay.
It was at election time, and I think Mikey and Andy more obviously would have wanted me to assist in an evening program.
Right.
It was an evening program at that time. Forget the name of it. But one thing led to the next. The next thing I know, I am managing. I am keeping it together.
Matching skills.
But you make it joke. You know how tough it was, and it was there. So notice I say past,
Yes.
but it was. But I want to tell you what drove me, what motivated me. I always felt that the only way to get the message out there from what we are doing in Laventille and so on, because look how much things that only now, and that's because I didn't anticipate that social media would have been so
refreshing,
universal.
Yes.
So that I'm able to. Well, we have our own program in the night now, and so on.
Yes.
But the fact is that was not existing then.
Right.
So I mean, religiously, I will drop literally, use my cans on every single morning to every single radio station or television station that I know every morning from around 7 and drop a press release from my organization to every station.
Wow.
So much so that when the car wasn't available, I used to walk. A man see me walking at a time. He say, press release now.
Don't know what coming.
Walking, what is the matter?
Press release.
Because I felt that in order for us to really quickly let the world know that there is something good happening in Laventille or could happen in Laventille, that you need to do to have the involvement of the media to get the message out there.
Well said.
And somebody agreed with me in my initial venture. The former Prime Minister and President, Mr. A.N.R. Robinson, the late A.N.R. Robinson, when he launched our program in 1986, after they won the A.N.R. won the election, he stood up on the podium after I had ambassadors, ministers of government and so on sit down there and they listened to me, and I had a nearly an hour speech, and everybody had to listen because it's my show, in Laventille. And then he stood up and he said, Mr. Smith, I don't know. I said that the only way people would know that Laventille is a place not to come to is because of the media, right? So therefore, what I have to do is to reverse it.
That's right.
And while of course that may not be news as far as the media is concerned, I have a duty to make sure that is news. So he got up and said, Mr. Smith, I could tell you about the disparaging press. Well, boy. The media next day, Express and all of them, they say, Mr. Smith, before Mr. Robinson tell Mr. Smith the folly of his ways, because the Express and no other better than any other media house would have been promoting MLIU and this and that and so on. And they started, and then I realized that I was onto a good thing. So
thank you.
Yes, I promoted. Probably that's how you might have yourself might have been attracted to the program as well when you came to the lecture.
You're preempting my next question, man. You're preempting.
It's a natural follow.
Well, listen to me. No, but for the record, I have to congratulate your team for always giving you club a platform to promote, educate.
Yes.
Any activities that I guess, or a training session, you always provide me with a platform to, to allow members of the public to read good news. Because it's unfortunate that negative news seem to make the front page and it sells faster.
And you wonder.
Too much to us.
Yes.
Let me tell you this. In a sentence like this, well, the late Umbala, he was on, I think, in the other place. And, these little anecdotes are poignant and would be indelibly implanted in your mind.
Yes.
He asked, I said, well, we were talking funding and accountability and so on. So I said, other entities getting funding and so on, we have to, of course, beg, and, of course, pull out tooth and all of that in order to get some assistance. He turned and tell me, and I think I could say it because it's a fact. Pantin and the Pantin walk Laventel Road. That is why they were getting assistance.
Yes.
So,
let's imagine that.
In a fit of sarcasm,
yes,
I said, well, listen, if he walks, I'd sleep. Did you get the message?
No.
Because there's a disparity.
That's right.
And the only difference between my program, let's say Civil and MLIO program, is that who are the managers?
Yes.
Who are the progenitors? Who are the ones that have seen the vision and decide to do something? I remember a very unfortunate situation I had, Father Harvey. He came and they were talking about coming to help us and so on. And then, he asked me the question, and I'm very sensitive to this kind of thing. Here the question he asked me, and I talked about years ago, and I could never forget those words. MLIU, is it something that only happened to, or only plan, or only happened to fall on?
Wow.
So again, in a fit of sarcasm, I said, well, we did look at we did look at Ivan Ilch and so on, because I know he could know that, because Ivan Ilch was a priest that invented the de-schooling theory.
You went in the man area, man.
Yeah. That's why I do that. So you go see that it wasn't a fluke.
Thank you.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Because that is the kind of
that's unfortunate
responses that you get from
very unfortunate.
And then and we could go further to say, well, it's we who invent the steel pan.
Yes, thank you.
Right?
Thank you.
We gave the country's national culture steel pan. So we can go.
So instead of saying congratulations, well done, how can I be of service? How can I expand your program? Being
you come to insult me.
Yeah. That's very unfortunate.
Yeah.
We need to applaud where applaud needs to be given.
Of course. And I would take the same attitude to, let's say, any ministry for that matter, where we are seeking assistance, and then the fallback or the normal response will be wait, but nobody tell Ole to go and do that and this and that and so on.
Well, let me give you a joke.
And I'm wondering.
Let me give you a joke, Lennox. You're
for real?
You're interfering.
You guys wouldn't believe that the phone lines are ringing.
Yeah, we'll take some calls. We'll take some calls.
Let me just ask the callers, please do not call the WhatsApp video call. We cannot take video calls, okay? I'm seeing they're trying to call video call and they're also calling. So we're going to take the line, all right?
Very interesting.
Hello?
Hi, caller.
Hello.
Yes, good day.
To the ladies and the gentlemen. Corporal Sharbodie. Corporal Sharbodie, that gentleman you have here is a big soul, you know. That gentleman
big soul.
A good friend, you know.
You have a big soul.
A big soul, not to walk on the ground with, you know.
Yes.
But from a spiritual aspect of it.
Oh, yes.
That man is a friend. And all right, I will consider him a friend.
That's right.
But he hiding things from me and I will reveal it to you.
Listen to me, I'm going to have him for a whole 45 minutes next week, so...
No, well, here what happened.
Yeah.
Well, apart from that, Mikey K is a general, so he's a good soul too. And
That's right.
But this man here, you have Lennox Smith. That's the man I call Dancer Boy.
Yeah.
You understand? He have a program every Friday that he will go and he will dance on his head. And he does say he does dance, he broke a foot dance.
Listen, what are you talking about? Send photos. Send photos. 2961218. Send something on my phone.
Love for you, man. I like your program too. I like to hear and I hear Pastor Dottin too.
Yes, thank you. Love in the house.
Yeah, man, that's what it's all about. When we are love, we are joy.
That's right. And yeah, we have to keep this smile on my face.
Thanks for
I don't want to take up the time again. Have a good evening.
Same to you, my friend.
Blessings to you.
Have a good one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, all right. Hello? Good day?
Good day.
Yes, good day.
I call to praise my hero, Lennox Smith.
Yes.
A lion in Laventille. A man who fights and fights. Don't care how they beat him up, he will not give up.
Yes, Papa.
Praises to you, Mr. Smith.
Yes.
Keep going, Lennox.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Love in your house, man. No, I have to ask you this question. We ask hard questions here.
No problem.
Take it in front, we don't play. We ask hard questions.
Good. Remind me of the ground report, man. Good, man.
You are elder in the business. You are elder in Laventille. I remember there was a name many moons ago talking about the elders of Laventille.
Yes.
And by virtue of the name elder, you can appreciate the fact that people who know, who have passed on, people who are in the business of. Tell me something about. In the few minutes we have, what is Laventille? Laventille seems to be a very unique area. What is Laventille missing? Is it separate and apart? What do you do in terms of meeting the needs of Laventille? Was it like any other community?
Well, yes and no. It's unique in the sense that the topography, the geography.
Yes.
It is unique in the context of the skills and the culture.
Yes.
We invented the steel pan. I love to say that.
Oh yes.
Right? Nobody could fit. I mean, my
partner
just exposed. But I suppose that is a well-known secret.
Yeah.
Right. So that and yet still we have this level of fragmentation that at one time was never part and parcel of the socio-economic makeup of the area. And there's one factor that seemed to be common, the common denominator, which I will not mention here because they said no politics. So
thank you very much. Thank you very much for succeeding. Thank you.
Right? So, but what I want to say, however, is that any scientist, any person, a casual observation would see that there's a breakdown, not just in Laventille, but in particular Laventille, because of my concern and intervention in the institutions of social control.
Okay.
I mean here specifically the family. I'm referring here to the schools. I'm referring to the churches. I'm referring, of course,
important institutions.
Yeah, I mean beyond that, well, of course, it's correctional, like the police and the courts and the jails. I ain't going there, but those three that I mentioned, those earlier three,
yes,
it's very critical. And I'm seeing now, and I have advocated that. I see that the government now is looking at parental responsibility legislation of the type. Of a type that I would love, if I have it, to make an input in, because I don't believe in a parent being vicariously responsible for the acts of their offspring if they were an adult.
Okay.
I believe that what you could do as a first instance is to insist by law, criminal law, that the parents go to court So it has an economic issue.
Mm-hmm.
It ensures that both parents come together. And thirdly, I'm certain the parents will now be focusing on where the child goes, who they associate with. They will now go to the schools.
I love that.
Because what we were able to accomplish, have the late A.N.I. Robinson used to come up to our program every month. Why? Because he was amazed that a program like that from the community, of the community, by the community, and you've seen hundreds of parents and students and so on there, and up to now they couldn't figure out the formula for that. If you go, if any typical school in the Laventille East Boston area say that they are going to have a parent-teachers meeting now, you would see hardly any parents coming.
Wow.
And the parent is critical in order to make the nexus between the home and the school. And if you don't have that breakdown, then you have a problem. I remember, I like to give these anecdotes. I remember one time a young man, 16, 17 years, he come, he said, we give him a note to take to his parents. He say, if my mother see that, she go chirp that. We give him it, and anyway, little did he know that the Saturday, I put a team together of teachers, and we went home by he. So the Saturday morning, now when we enter the house, because they had to give us the correct information from the beginning of registration. So we know it's solid information. So we go on there. We could hear that. You know what we saw? We saw he climbing through a window.
Oh my goodness.
We saw him climbing through a window. So when we going down in the yard now, guess who is in charge of the home? Grandma. Do you understand why why nobody would have come, even if they wanted to? Because his grandma is in charge. Where's mommy and daddy? Abroad. So he's a barrel baby, so to speak. And of course, grandma don't have the physical power, the physical energy to come to
school. And
he will make rings out of around her, because she ain't even finding out what you did today, because she can't, because she simply physically is unable to do. So you have all of those scenarios.
Visiting the homes is actually paramount. We have 2 more minutes.
Yeah.
How do you stay in this synergy with Pitbull? And you all have an excellent working relationship.
Yeah. What I do,
tell me about
what I do. I absorb. Whatever better term, his deficiencies.
Oh, he just likes a challenge. He likes the challenges.
Andy Williams, with proper disclaimer, you are not
his deficiencies. And what I mean by deficiency is nothing facetious. It is a good synergy.
Yes.
Because as soon as he raises,
for years,
I lower. Yeah, as soon as he raises, I lower.
Yes.
And when I raise, he knows it's to lower. Because I would only do that on insistence.
Is that
on a rare occasion? So he knows that.
Is that a form of compatibility?
Yeah. It is all incompatibility.
I must commend you, and you have to come back here again for us to sit and talk. You have a lot to offer.
Because you see, I'm a team player.
Yes.
And I never miss an opportunity to reinforce the team.
I love that.
You see? And all of them will tell you that. That's why I talked earlier on in terms of the ups and downs and the challenges of the ground report itself.
Yes.
And people will tell who I know will tell you what we had to do in order to keep this thing together, because I saw it as a critical, and it turned out to be a critical national, not just for the players, but and the stakeholders, but a national institution to transform Trinidad and Tobago. That's where it's going. That's how it's level. Yeah, that's how it's going. And we have done what we have to do.
We have the elder in the business. We want to invite you here again to. But this time as my co-host, I don't think I would introduce you as a guest.
No, that's all right. I
told you. Thank you.
I'm a team player.
No. I've known you for years. You don't tell me that. I know you for years, and you have always supported the police. You can call you and ask you for anything. I need assistance in the ship. They say, sure, send information.
Yeah, one time.
You have been a true brother.
I don't like. You see, I don't believe the police can do it on their own.
Thank you.
There is all of government, yes, but I prefer to say a all of community approach.
Yes.
It's an all of
Must be
community
collective. It
approach.
must be collective.
You see, because it is in the community, and on the community, the ultimate and sustainable reduction and possibly elimination of the crime scourge, etc., that we are experiencing would rely upon. And so long the decision makers are not seeing that, then of course they will have a problem, and they will continue until, of course, they come up. They'll eventually reach me. Don't frighten.
A man talking from experience, man. A Laventil man. Remember, Pan started in Laventil. Don't even start to talk China, talk with me. Laventil. Hills of Laventil. Marcia, thank you very much for gracing us with your parents.
It was indeed a pleasure.
And it have hot sun outside, there's no rain. And the sun, you bring good weather.
Yes.
But Lennox, I must invite you again.
No problem.
Thank you very much for being a part of taking in for your brother and a friend.
Yeah. Issues like these, I will always make myself available. I don't know why. In fact, I left one to come here because the other one was in Maruga, so I couldn't be two places at the same time.
Please, you're the madman. So I'm happy that you chose taking in front.
Yeah.
I'm happy that you do.
Good choice.
Listenership, I want to thank you very much. And until tomorrow, we have our next guest. And blessings, have a safe one. Drivers on the road, take it easy. And I sense a little fire further going Freeport. But all is well. The traffic is moving nicely. So have a safe and blessed and productive Tuesday. Thank you very much, Marcia.
That's right. And thank you so much. We have to pay the bills now.
Bye.